everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. So this weekend I have been doodling a lot, and pardon the hair and the mess, like it's Sunday, so whatever. But I was painting this cute little flower and I wanted to show you how I do it. So if you have an extra 5 minutes today, let's jump into this tutorial and you'll have a pretty flower. So let's get started. Okay, so let's go through the materials. I am using a hot press watercolor paper, so this paper does not have any texture. So I have been trying to learn how to paint with this kind of paper. You can use Arches hot press, but this is a Winsor & Newton Cadmium watercolor paper. It says smooth, but technically for all intents and purposes, it is a hot pressed. So you can find that on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description below. So as for the paints, we are going to use a Cadmium Yellow and an Indigo, and this is ink. This is actually Ecoline ink. It just has a very soft quality and it blends beautifully with the watercolor, so it creates this beautiful bleeds. So let's just super quickly run through the brushes. Actually, we're only going to use this one brush. It is a Paris Sable Series 350D size 8. I bought this one in Japan. It's Holbein, but you can use any synthetic angle, not an angle, but a dagger brush. So this is the only brush we're gonna use. So let's get started. So I have my clean water, of course, clean water. And what I'm going to do first is to find where the center of my flower is. So I'm just gonna dibbity dab. Kind of, this is the center of my flower. I have a general idea that this is the center and the petals are gonna go like that. So it's super quickly, easy, simple, straightforward, just like that. So we're gonna grab a little bit of the yellow, and then only with the tip of the brush, we're gonna grab a tiny little bit of the pink. And with the angle looking inwards, we're just gonna drag and turn. Lovely. And then I turn the brush so the angle is again at the on the inside of the petal. And I want to leave a space in the middle as much as possible to create kind of a natural highlight. So I'm gonna go second petal. So I'm gonna do a little bit of pink, and again the angle also is on the inside to create the beautiful gradation. So let me just move the camera a little closer. Beautiful. Now I want my petals to not be orange but more yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brush, add again the yellow, add again the pink, and I actually love to turn my paper around. So it's a lot easier for me to move my brush more naturally. Love it. Oh, sorry. Beautiful. I didn't do this with the other flower, but if I wait for it to dry enough, I didn't do that with this flower, but I want to now, because of the spacing that I have here in between these 2 or 3, I might want to add a second petal, or like a second layer to petals. But what I'm going to do now is just with the tip of my brush that still has loaded the purple, I'm going to go in and dab a little bit more to create kind of the shadow of my circle in my flower. Now I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to add more yellow here at the top to make it a little bit more round. Like it stands out a little bit more. There you go. That's a lot better. So that is it. And then let's add the stem and the leaves. So I know that I already have yellow loaded, and this is a mixture of indigo and yellow. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of indigo right here, a little bit of yellow, a little bit more indigo. There you go. See, I'm using the same brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag the stem kind of from here, and with almost one motion, just kind of. All right, I made a little mistake right there, so we're just gonna kind of just fix it like that. So now, in order to add a little bit of contrast, I'm gonna add a tiny little bit of yellow, and I'm going to do the same motion for my leaves. So just kind of drag them, and then beautiful. Now I'm gonna do the same thing, but with the indigo. Beautiful. So it is up to you guys if you want to do a second layer over here for the rest of the petals, but it is up to you. This flower literally took 5 minutes, and you know that lately my YouTube channel has been focusing on super quick 5 minutes or less tutorials. But if you want more in-depth tutorials, please go to my Patreon. If you have an extra couple of dollars a month, like I have all early access videos, like this YouTube video will be an early access for my Patreons ad free. And it will, anything that I paint that is 3 minutes, 5 minutes, like those short little extra tutorials that I post on Instagram for like 30 seconds, those are like longer on my Patreon. And there is also one exclusive tutorial that is a lot longer per month. So there's a ton of information on my Patreon, a lot of tutorials and stuff. So before we end, let's just go ahead and add that second layer if you guys would be interested in that second layer. So we're gonna go with the yellow and a little bit of pink, and let's go ahead and add that second layer of petals. Beautiful. A little bit more pink. And a little bit more pink for the last petal right here. Gorgeous. I hope you all enjoyed this little tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe, to like. It really does help my channel. All right, well, thank you guys. Have a great day.